Importance and desire is killing your manifestations. I'm going to show you a process that's not only more powerful, but so much easier in this video. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be showing you why importance and desire is coming from a lower level of consciousness. What I mean by this is that if you raise your consciousness and you start to manifest from higher levels, you won't have to worry about the resistance that these emotions and perspectives keep you in. Because what happens here is when it comes to importance and desire, the more you really want something is the more you really can't have it, because you're vibrationally saying you don't really already have it. The vibration of having something and the vibration of wanting something are different vibrational realities. Now, when we are coming at it from a level of consciousness is I really want, I desire something, and as well, we're putting importance into the equation. We're saying this would be so amazing if I would create it, if I would experience it in my life. We are vibrationally separating ourselves from it, and our self-image is in the lower level paradigm. So something else I'll be talking about in this video is paradigms. The paradigm that we live in, the structure, the way that we think about ourselves, and the way reality works is controlling the reality experience we're having. It keeps us within a certain bandwidth. So, for example, you've probably heard me in prior videos talk about the scale of consciousness. The scale of consciousness has emotions such as, at the bottom of it, you'll have emotions such as anger, fear, guilt. These are lower vibrational emotions. And eventually you get to a place of neutrality. Neutrality is that of being able to observe your thoughts from a neutral place. When you're in neutrality, you then don't have the negative emotions so much bogging you down. Now, right over here in the lower vibrational emotions, there is 125. This scale goes from 0, with shame being the first emotion at 30, and then all the way up to 700, which is enlightenment. So in between that, we have everyone enlightened. And then what we have is we have at about 500, we have that of love. At 400, we have reasoning, which is the intellect. A lot of the YouTube videos on my channel have to do with the reasoning, understanding the belief system we have, how we can create that. But a higher level paradigm is to let go of all that and just be in the love frequency. However, this is the scale of consciousness. Now at 125, we have desire, which surprises some people. Desire? Why would desire be at 125? Don't we need a white hot burning desire in order to manifest what we want? That's what I read in the book Think and Grow Rich. Well, the thing is from a certain level of paradigm, desire many times can be so white hot burning desire that you want something that then it propels you into a state of consciousness of willingness. Willingness. Now, willingness is the willpower. It's the discipline. It's the decision, the choice that you are going to do something. Now, a lot of people that have been very successful in the past, people that we have seen that own very successful companies, so many people come from very rough backgrounds. They came from feeling angry, feeling fear, feeling guilt, all these lower vibrational emotions because of the way they may have grown up, whether that be life circumstances, the way they were raised, them going through abuse. And a lot of times what that can do is that can create such a desire and such a white hot burning desire that then they move into willingness and they say, I am going to be successful. I am going to do this. They're able to transmute those lower vibrations into a higher vibration, but there's a lot of resistance along the way. There's a lot of having to doubt themselves. There's a lot of going through the resistance of what doesn't feel natural. And many times a lot of working very hard. It is a paradigm. It does work. Working hard will get you results because then eventually the action will get you some type of feedback that then you can optimize. But what I'm proposing here is a better way of going about manifestation, and it has to do with raising your level of consciousness and understanding that these lower vibrations such as shame, fear, guilt, neutrality, and desire, which is 125, which isn't a very high vibrational emotions, that is causing the resistance that is saying that my current self-image, see, we all have a self-image. Our self-image, we all have a subconscious self-image for the way that we see ourselves. what importance is saying is that us in the bottom at a certain level, so maybe us experiencing a reality where we're in poverty, we're not making as much money as we'd like to be making, or even if we're at a certain level but we just want to get to the next level, we'll then look up at the version of us that's doing and making the kind of money that we want, and we'll say, wow, like Flavor Flav, wow, look at that version of me up there, all the way up there. Wouldn't that be so amazing? Now the thing is if you view that version of you as being so up there and how amazing it would be, and you put it on a pedestal, you vibrationally are then separated from it. So the key is to see these things as natural for you by learning how to observe your thoughts, learning how to get into a state of consciousness of knowing that you're good either way. You feel worthy, whole, and complete, whether you are down here or up here. That's why acceptance is so transformative. Accept where you are. Doesn't mean you're going to be there forever, but when you accept it, you no longer bang around in resistance. Desire, excessive desire and importance makes you bang around in resistance, saying, I don't want to be here. I'm resisting the present moment. And when you resist the present moment, you stay locked in that resistance. Resistance is a paradox, and it's a loop that keeps you in it over and over and over again. Now, the key to this process is learning what is your current self-image. How do you see yourself? Do you see, because right now if you believe, like when I was going through the pain of my past and I had to transmute all of it, I thought that I was only worthy of existing in relationships where the energy dynamic wasn't cool, where there was a certain level of control. When it was my ex-stepmom, which many of you may know the story if you've seen my videos, I thought I wasn't worthy. Therefore, I kept experiencing things in my reality that reflected back to me not being worthy. And it's because I believed that's what I was worthy of. I was seeing eyes through the lens of this level of consciousness. Think of each of these as motions as you're seeing reality through a certain lens. And when you're in the lower vibrational emotions, that's where people normally try to manifest from. Now here's the thing. As you move up the scale of consciousness, your vibration increases, and then what happens is when you focus on outcomes, when you focus on intentions, and you're in a higher level of consciousness, it's much more likely to happen because the thoughts are so much more pure. But if your thoughts are in anger, shame, fear, guilt, the desire, then what happens is those thoughts are muddled up with a whole bunch of other vibrations. There's a whole bunch of resistance keeping you locked in. Imagine that there's this big lock right here, and that's keeping you locked in. So the key to this is transcending your level of consciousness. Desire and importance is only coming from resistance to the present moment. Now, when you learn how to observe your thoughts, which I would say if you were to learn meditation, just observing your thoughts for 5 or 10 minutes in the morning and 5 or 10 minutes at night, like right when you wake up and right before you go to bed, your life will begin to transform, because then you'll see that this reality that you're in, you have a choice to either observe the things that are happening, or you have a choice to react to the things that are happening. Most people are in the autopilot mind, just completely blindly reacting to every single thing that is happening to them. But when you start to wake up from this hypnosis, your reality begins to change in a very powerful way. Now, the thing I want to talk to you about today is changing your paradigm. You have a certain paradigm that you're living in. You have a certain, think of the paradigm as like a belief structure almost, like this little box structure, and we're all kept inside of our own with the stories that we tell ourselves. The stories we tell ourselves are controlling our life experience, and when we become aware of those stories, we then begin to transform our lives. Now, we may tell ourselves a story that the stuff of my past keeps me in low vibration, or maybe we're not even aware of that, but we're like, I'm angry at my ex-stepmom, I'm angry at this person for doing this, and there's a story that's tied to that. I was this age, this is what happened, all of this stuff. Now, what happens is that story that's still on autopilot, still within the cellular structure of our body, keeps a certain narrative going that then keeps certain experiences in our life. A story that we're not worthy of attaining what we want, that we can't go full time with our passion. These stories keep us locked into these paradigms that keep us in these lower vibrational states of consciousness. So the key to this is integrating, becoming aware of your story, and then letting go of the stories that no longer serve. Within your belief structures are your stories. Your beliefs come from the stories you tell yourself consistently. So become aware of those stories. You then become aware of these unconscious beliefs, and then you can transform your lives because your beliefs create your reality. I've also made a video where I talk about how beliefs don't create reality, because reality is about understanding that all these different potentialities already exist. What your beliefs do is they help you to tune into realities that are equal to that perspective. So you don't create reality, you more so project out, and you are able to perceive of a different reality. So if you want to perceive of the reality at the higher levels of consciousness, you must first be in a higher vibration. If you want it to where you're with the version of you that's doing what you love for a living, well, guess what? That's going to be between the 400 and 500 level of consciousness, and that version of you is not desiring a different reality. That version of you is so present to the moment, so happy to be doing what they're doing, that they're not eagerly trying to escape the moment. But the key to this is shifting the level of consciousness by shifting the stories you're telling yourself. The stories you tell yourself consistently are controlling your life. Now, here's something I want to share with you. A lot of expanding your awareness is about getting outside of your own comfort zone and learning new things. Now look at this, look at this. We have this chart right here. This handy dandy chart. I made this right before we started the video so that I could easily do this and not have to write it the whole time. Now, here's the key. This is what you know. No offense, not trying to deflect the ego or anything. But the truth is, there's infinity. There's so much information out there. Our brain can only pick up on a very small sliver of information of what is real or what is out there. There's what we know, and then there's what we don't know. And actually what we don't know would probably be much bigger than that. So it's what we know. So for example, I know how to make videos on YouTube. I know how to send out emails. I know how to speak in front of people. I know how to do these things. What I don't know how to do, I don't know how to maximize my own taxes. That's why I pay someone to do it. I know that I do not know how to fly a plane. I know there's people that know how to fly planes. I don't know that. I know there's people that know how to do underwater basket weaving. There's people that know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. Now here's something else. Most of reality is what you don't know you don't know. If I never heard of underwater basket weaving before, I wouldn't even know that I don't know that. Most of a reality is what you don't know you don't know. So it's all about awareness, and the way your paradigm is stuck in this very small sliver of reality. And the way that you get out of it is by learning new things, reading books, getting out and experiencing a different level of reality, traveling. These will break up your belief, because what you think you desire right now is based on what you know and what you don't know. That's it. You want to expand your life in a very powerful way? Start studying things of what you don't know you don't know. Let me give you an example of this. So when I was trying to go full-time on YouTube, I was like, oh, the only way, what I know is I know how to make videos. I know how to get some, I started, growing, but I didn't know how to go full-time. I didn't know, what do I do? Is it just YouTube ads? Is that how I'm going to make money, And what I didn't know is I didn't necessarily know how to do that. But there was another aspect of this. What I didn't know was that there were ways of me developing what's called an email list and emailing people valuable information. Maybe you're on my email list. Maybe you've seen my emails. I email my list to people 6 times a week, 5-6 times a week. And I email valuable information that's in written form instead of my YouTube videos. I didn't know that that was really a thing. And I didn't know that something I could do was coaching. I knew that I could coach, but I didn't know how to get people on as clients to coach them. This is back in I don't coach anymore like that, but this is back in 2017. Then I talked to my buddy Victor Odo, which many of you guys know. And he told me, hey, if you want to go full time, you really only need 5 or 6 clients. That's all you really need. I was like, what? I was like, I have this subscriber base. I think I had 50,000 subs at the time. I was like, I should be able to get 5 or 6 clients. And I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know that it could be as simple as me getting 5 or 6 clients. So you see, by expanding your awareness, you then open up a whole new reality for you. But I would have never known that if I didn't put the intention out to find out, how can I go full-time with my passion? You see, we all have these things of what we don't know, and the only way we're going to get into that paradigm is by getting out of our comfort zone. You know, Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about this too. He says that in order for you to experience reality, you have what you're certain of, and what you're certain of, you're going to think thoughts equal to that reality, feel emotions equal to that reality, do actions equal to that reality. But if you get into the unknown, your mind can then not create from past experience. In the unknown is where miracles can happen. The unknown is also getting to what you don't know, And what you don't know, you can go somewhere in a higher level of, you can expand your awareness, expand your consciousness. So, what I would recommend everyone do in order to get out of the paradigm of desire, importance, is to simply focus on raising your level of consciousness. If you raise your level of consciousness, you will begin to transform your life. And by doing that, everything in reality will begin to change in a very powerful way. Now, if you want to learn how to do that, I do have a meditation that will help with this process, will help you to raise your vibrational set point, which will help you to move up the scale of consciousness. It's absolutely free. What you could do is you can download it on the top of you can click on the top of the description box below. It's a YouTube video. Read the comments to see what is possible there. If you listen to it for 21 days, I do think it'll change your life. Also, if you could do me a favor and smash that like button. I like to say that now. Smash that like button. It would mean a lot. It helps to spread this information that you can let go of importance, let go of desire, and you can be in a high vibrational reality. Also, hit the notification gear if you haven't already, because the only way to see the daily vids on YouTube is if you hit that. Other than that, for some reason, YouTube will send you like every 8 videos or something like that. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, smash that like button. Like I said, this is the autopilot mind stuff that I say at the end of every video. Peace, much love, and namaste.